Okay, I'm going to clean up the eyes just a little bit. I'm going to go back in there with the V-tool. This one's pretty good over here. And then cleaning up right in the corner of this eye over here is kind of shaggy. This one's pretty clean carved over here. This stuff you can get out sanding, but the less you have to sand, the more, the way I like it, the more knife marks you have in there, gouges and tool marks. And I'm going to kind of pencil in the eye, thinking about doing something a little different, but I don't have a lot of room. I'll just look for a tool to kind of match what I drew. Don't want to get in up under the eyelids and start cutting the eyelid off. And I've got this real small deal to set a pupil in. See how that, I guess it'd be the iris of the eye, how it kind of popped out. Believe it or not, that is what I was hoping for. Now I'll go in a little deeper with that. And doing pupils, I mean, you can leave them and just paint them. You can try to cut this out. I'm trying something different here that I haven't, and that I usually don't do. I think I've tried it before, but just popping that out. And then I'm going to go back with it again to just kind of outline it a little better. Or hope it outline it better. tedious work there. And I'm gonna, in fact, just about all this now, it's just kind of tedious work, putting in the details. Well, I got the V-tool. I'm just going to go around it, get some where you can see and kind of separate the hair from the skull. And I'll do the same thing over here. You can't really see it, but I'm just putting a shadow up under the hair where it'll separate it. And although I don't always do this, I am going to go back in on a few cuts with a knife. Not going to go all the way out there with it, but then I'll just what I did on the other side, just go in there and clean that out. And that's not quite cut through somewhere. And clean that up. I'm going to go back to chisels or gouges. Doing the same thing over here, just rounding, carving all the way up underneath that, I guess you'd call it frown line or smile line. Use a little smaller knife to get into these, have more control. Kind of scary to do that over there with the camera in the way. And sometimes these work out where I just trim the top lip. Sometimes just the bottom, but this one I think I'll be working on both of them. What I really don't want to do though is slice across his face with this knife. Now that changed the bottom lip some, so I'm going to go in and cut a little off. Man, it's quiet in here. Get a little small gouge. Oop. That's a bit of an exaggeration there, but I do like doing that. And also I'll pop out that little muscle. Probably go back over that with a V-tool. Okay, I got one more thing I'll show on this one. This has turned into one of my one-purpose gouge. It's a number 3, but to put wrinkles in a forehead, stick it in there and just pop it like that. Found that's a super cool way to put in wrinkles on the skin, on the forehead. And you can turn it over and do the other way. If you want to dig in a little deeper, you can. But that's the way I do that. And then I'll just give a light sand into that. I may go into some of these with the V-tool and just deepen them up. I'm going to do a little detail work And it's going to be just small and picking stuff here and there, smoothing some stuff out. And then I'll come back and show you what I finished up with. Okay, here's the finished piece on the cottonwood bark. It's about 10 inches long by about 5 inches wide. It's got a wolf headdress on and just a face and some hair. Kind of going just for a face in there, concentrating on the face carving, not doing a lot of details or accessories. Here's a little close-up.